What's up everyone, I'm Callum on Toast, and in today's video I'm going to be showcasing some very funny battles in the Open Great League submitted to the channel by AK Chili Willy, who's running a Shadow Alolan Exeggutor in the lead, Shadow Snorlax as the save swap, and a Purified 400 CP Shuckle as the closer. For those of you that don't know, Shuckle has the highest defense of any Pokemon in the entire game. It just has no attack whatsoever, which is why its CP is so low. But this thing is a bulky beast. Obviously don't expect it to be sweeping full teams or anything like that, but it's still funny to see what it can do. With that being said, let's just get into the question of the day. What's your favourite Pokemon that doesn't get to a very high CP? Let me know in the comment section down below, and with that being said, let's get into the battles now. Alright, so going into the first battle, we see Shadow Alolan Exeggutor into Galvantula. This is actually a pretty good lead matchup. We do double resist the Volt Switch damage, we then swap, we catch the lunge onto our Shadow Snorlax, which is nice. They are going to debuff our attack, which isn't ideal, and now they swap into an Obstagoon. We can go straight for a superpower. This should be grabbing a shield from the opponent, or they actually let it go through, but because of that lunge debuff, they do survive, so good call there by the opponent. We're now going to come in with the Exeggutor, shield up the charge move, they go for a Night Slash. They come back in with the Galvantula, and we can fully Dragon Tail farm them down, and they've got a Azumarill in the back. Now we can go straight Seed Bomb in this matchup. Of course, these Dragon Tails are double resisted, so it's only going to be the Seed Bomb that does any meaningful damage in this matchup, but we do make it to a second Seed Bomb already, and the opponent does CMP tie us, which we do win. We can now shield this move, they go for the Ice Beam, and we will make it to another Seed Bomb before they make it to a final Ice Beam here. We throw one before they get there, and this Seed Bomb is going to do big damage to the Azumarill. We're now going to swap, try to catch the move onto our Shuckle, but the opponent does hold onto their energy. The opponent's going to go for a Play Rough, but that does absolutely nothing to the Shuckle, and this isn't even a fully maxed out Shuckle. I think this is only level 41 Best Buddy boosted here, so it still has a lot more bulk to come if they did power it up to level 50, but here we can go for the return. It nearly takes out the Azumarill, and we get the Rock Throw farm down, and we take that game. And just a note about the moveset, I think in some of the battles we're running Stone Edge, in other matches we are running Gyro Ball. I didn't really want to change the graphic for each match here, so I'm just going to leave it with Stone Edge and Return. And here we lead into a Sableye. We are going to see the opponent swapping into a Lantern. That might be one of the most questionable decisions I've ever seen, because we completely wall Lantern here, double resisting all the charge moves that they can throw. We go for a second Seed Bomb, that will grab the final shield from the opponent, and we can actually just let this move go through. Surf doesn't do enough damage there, and we will be able to barely not make it to the next charge move. At this point, I think we let the Exeggutor go down as they go for another Surf. We now come in with the Shadow Snorlax, and the opponent is going to go for the charge move, which we catch onto our Shuckle. They go for the Surf, that is super effective damage, and it just does nothing to the Shuckle. They can go for another Surf here, it still will not be enough damage to take us out, but unfortunately I don't think we're going to be able to Rock Throw farm them down. We over farm here, we end up throwing on the CMP tie, which is unfortunate. I think we had to throw just because we didn't want to get farmed down ourselves, but now we come in with the Snorlax, and the opponent has the Sableye coming back in. At this point I think we just shield this and save our energy and hope that we can hit for at least neutral damage with the Body Slams or the superpowers. So let's see, what do they have in the back? They have a Gligar, so we can go for the Body Slam. Body Slam is going to do some nice damage to the Shadow Gligar, and we will make it to 2 more Body Slams before they can make it to a Dig to take us out. They might make it to the Aerial Ace, but that would not take us out from this range, and here we can undercharge the Body Slam, doesn't really matter. The opponent probably quit the app here as we take out the Gligar, and we take that game. So into the next game, we see Alolan Exeggutor into Steelix. This is not great whatsoever, so we're going to swap. But it looks like they're running Thunderfang as a fast move, which in actual case might mean the Exeggutor has a lot more play. And they go for Psychic Fangs as well, so really interesting moveset from the opponent so far. Not sure if it's intentional or if they just don't really know what they're doing. It's hard to tell. And we go for a bait there with the Body Slam. We somehow lose CMP. I think it's just a weak connection here, because Steelix definitely should be losing that CMP tie. And you can see we do go for the superpower, and they get the Thunder Fang through. So we didn't lose CMP, just didn't click on the charge move there. Unfortunately, they've got a Bomber Snow. This is absolutely awful for us. But no, they're actually running Razor Leaf. So as well as running Thunder Fang on the Steelix, they're running Razor Leaf on the Bomber Snow. So this makes this matchup really comfortable for us. We can safely shield once. They swap into Charizard. Please, can we get the Shuckle aligned to the Charizard? We go for the Seed Bomb, grabbing a shield, and now it's time for Shuckle to do its thing. This is probably the only matchup where Shuckle does actually just win this, and they go for a Blast Burn that doesn't do much damage at all. And now we can let the next move go through. This is just going to be a Dragon Claw. Does so little damage. We can now go for a Stone Edge, and Stone Edge will be enough to take out the Charizard there. And they come back in with the Bomber Snow. We can safely come in, go for the Dragon Tail Farm Down, and we're able to take that game. So into the next game, we see Exeggutor into Umbreon. So this is a fairly neutral matchup. Of course, Umbreon a lot bulkier. They swap into Pelipper. We are going to stay in initially. Unfortunately, the wing attacks are super effective, but the Weather Ball would be double resisted, although we then catch it onto the Snorlax. So not really the best play from us, but not really a lot we could have done there. We don't want to take too much wing attack damage, because then we do sort of put ourselves into range where a Weather Ball would be threatening a shield. Now we're going to go for a Body Slam here up against this Pelipper, and the opponent lets it go through. It does just take out the Pelipper. As they come back in with the Umbreon, we make it to a superpower, but they will be able to fully Snarl farm us down, but they do let the superpower go through, which is good for us. We're going to come back in with the Exeggutor. We're going to shield up the first charge move. This Umbreon does have a fair bit of energy here, so they can throw back-to-back charge moves. We're actually going to double shield straight away as they go for the second foul play, but we should be able to commit to the full Dragon Tail Farm Down, and the opponent has another Lantern in the back, so this is a very comfortable matchup for us. Once again, Exeggutor, a very strong response to a Lantern in this meta, as we do, like I said before, double resist everything they can throw. We're now going to swap into the Shuckle here to try and catch the charge move here. The opponent has to throw a charge move. They go for Thunder for some reason, and we're able to fully Rock Throw, farm down the Lantern, and take that game. Into next game, we see Malamar in the lead, so I'm wondering if this is a Psychic Cup team that they've accidentally entered the wrong league, because you don't really see Malamar in the Open Great League an awful lot. They go for a foul play, but no, they actually swap into a Noctowl here, so we're going to swap into our Shuckle. Now this isn't going to be quite as good as up against that Charizard, because we only hit for single super effective damage with the Rock Throws, and you can see it just does not do much up against that Noctowl. But likewise, this Sky Attack or the Shadow Ball still won't be enough to take us out. We're still running Gyro Ball. I'm sure we did run Stone Edge at some point, so hopefully that graphic is right, but if not, I will probably change it. But here the opponent does get the full wing attack farm down. We can now come in with our Snorlax here, and we did at least get the Owl into the very low yellow health range. As they now come in with a Lantern, we should just swap into our Exeggutor. We do bank a bit of energy. I like that play. We now go for the Seed Bomb. That does big damage to the Lantern, and we can safely let anything go through. They go for the Surf. That does not do much damage. We go for the full Dragon Tail Farm Down, and we will come out with a charge move loaded. Unfortunately, we don't throw it straight away, and the opponent goes for the Sky Attack. We let it go through, but we still should be in a good position here. We can go for the Body Slam, and this might be enough damage from this range to take them out here. It does take them out, and they've got that Malamar in the back, so we should be able to make it to 2 more Body Slams here. We can shield this up. They go for the superpower, and as long as they don't have back-to-back moves, we should be winning this game. As we go for the first Body Slam, grabbing the final shield, the second Body Slam will be enough damage to take out this Malamar from this range, and we're able to take that game. So going into the next game, we see Alolan Exeggutor into Salazzle. So a fairly neutral matchup here, of course. These Incinerates are going to do some big damage, but we swap, we catch the move onto our Shuckle. It is just a Poison Fang that does not do much damage. Then swap into Runerigus, which does completely wall us here. But I mean, it doesn't really matter. Even if we were hitting 4 super effective damage, we're not going to be doing much damage. And here we are finally running the Stone Edge, so we're going to go for it here. We lose the CMP tie. They go for a Sand Tomb once again. Still not going to do much damage to us. They should just go for the Shadow Ball. But we go for the Stone Edge. That does literally nothing. I think we just healed the Runerigus here. But they do get the full farm down. Now, we're going to come in with the Snorlax most likely, because Sand Tomb not going to do much damage. It does debuff our defense, but the Shadow Claws and potential Shadow Ball is going to do absolutely nothing doing, as it is double resisted, and we can commit to a full lick farm down from this range quite comfortably. But the opponent swaps into a Purified Machop. That's some crazy spice from the opponent here, as we go for a Seed Bomb, grabbing the first shield. At this point, we should be able to double shield and farm them all the way down here. As they go for the cross chop, they should be making it to a second cross chop. Are we going to double shield here? Yes, we are going to double shield, and now we can go for the farm down. We come out with a Seed Bomb loaded. They come back in with Salazzle, and we can get the full Dragon Tail farm down. That was absolutely clutch, and now we can go for a Seed Bomb. Seed Bomb grabs the final shield from the opponent. They do get the Shadow Claw farm down. Unfortunately, our charge moves are going to be resisted here, but Lick is going to be the main source of damage. We go for a Body Slam, doesn't do too much, but we will be able to live anything they throw. Even if they're running Rock Tomb here, they go for the Shadow Ball. It does not do much damage, and we go for the BM Superpower just for the sake of it, and this will be taking out the Runerigus, and we're able to take that game. So into next game, we see a Unova Stunfisk in the lead, so very good lead matchup for the Alolan Exeggutor, as the opponent is staying in this matchup, not sure why. We do double resist the Thunder Shocks, we resist the Mud Bomb damage as well. They go for a Discharge, that is double resisted, definitely not the play. We're now going to swap into our Shuckle, catch a charge move. I think we probably should have thrown some of the energy there on our Exeggutor, but it probably doesn't matter. We're actually probably going to give up switch advantage here, because I don't think we will be able to take out this Cherrim here. As they go for another Weather Ball, we can now go for the Stone Edge straight away, and let's see how much damage a Stone Edge does. We actually grab a shield from the opponent. That's quite funny. I don't think Stone Edge is going to do much damage whatsoever, but they go for a Dazzling Gleam. That still doesn't take us out, but they do get the Bullet Seed farm down. We're now going to come in with the Exeggutor. We can shield this up, and the opponent's going to go for another Weather Ball here, and we should be able to fully Dragon Tail, farm them all the way down. But no, we actually swap into our Snorlax, go for a Lick Snipe there, and the opponent has a Machamp in the back. So, I mean, Machamp would do very well up against that Shuckle, as well as it does resist the damage from those rock throws. The opponent lets it go through, and then I don't know what's going on here. They didn't even choose to throw a charge move there. I think they might have just given up with this game, but no, they shield and they throw it on the CMP tie, so not going too well for the opponent here, as we have so much energy. We're going to go for a Draco Meteor just for the sake of it, and Draco Meteor will easily one-shot the Unova Stunfisk, and we're able to take that game. Into next game, we see Quagsire in the lead, so a very good lead matchup. The opponent save swaps into Defense Form Deoxys. We don't have a great response here, so we're going to stay in initially, go for a Seed Bomb, and the opponent is likely running Thunderbolt as their first charge move, or their second charge move, sorry, with the Psycho Boost. And they didn't want to debuff themselves straight away, so they go for the Thunderbolt there, up against the Snorlax, but they don't make it to a Psycho Boost, and they actually just concede the match there, so I'm not really sure why we sent that battle in. We didn't see Shuckle whatsoever. But into the next game, we see a Trevenant in the lead, so we're going to stay in this lead matchup. Unfortunately, can't catch the move here, so we're going to shield this up. They do full send the Shadow Ball, which is good for us, because now we can fully Dragon Tail farm them all the way down, and they come in with a Talonflame. I really want to see our Shuckle aligned to this Talonflame, so we go for a Seed Bomb there. We swap into Snorlax, but the opponent is not swapping out. This is really annoying. I want to see Shuckle up against that Talonflame. They go for a Flame Charge. Please, opponent, swap out. But no, they're not swapping out. They're staying in up against the Snorlax. We go for a Body Slam. Body Slam, gonna grab the final shield from the opponent, and we make it to another Body Slam before they get to the charge move, or at least before they throw or fully farm us down. And they've got Lantern in the back with Charge Beam as well, so that is definitely not a play from this opponent. You want to run Spark or maybe Water Gun, but definitely not Charge Beam. Charge Beam, absolutely awful fast move here. We go for the Seed Bomb, does big damage, and we're going to probably let Exeggutor go down so we can take them out with the Shuckle in the end game here. And you can see these rock throws, well, the opponent actually just concedes the match there, but we would have been able to easily fast move, farm them down, and take that game. So into the next game, we see Clefable in the lead. They are running Charm, which is not great for us, as even Shadow Snorlax is taking quite a lot of damage here. We do throw out really good timing there, so we're going to go for the Body Slam, grabbing a shield from the opponent, and we will make it to another Body Slam. Once again, throwing at the perfect timing here, making sure they don't get any extra charms in for free, but they will be able to fully double shield and charm us all the way down. Now we're going to come in with the Shuckle here. Of course we have to. They are going to be running Meteor Mash, or very likely going to run Meteor Mash, so this will be super effective, but it only does about 50% of our health. We're then going to stay in with the Shuckle, wait for them to throw another charge move here. We should be able to live even a Brock Slide, and now we swap into our Exeggutor. So Shuckle just tanked 2 super effective charge moves from 1500 CP Pokemon whilst only being 400 CP. That is kind of crazy. We're going to stay in this matchup. I think the play is to double shield and farm up to the back-to-back seed bombs. That way, if they come back in with the Clefable, we will be able to take them out with a seed bomb straight away and take absolutely no charm damage. And that's exactly what we do. We get the farm down. We can go for seed bomb number 2 into Clefable. And this will be taking out the Clefable. And they've got a Hypno in the back. Now, this is going to be a little bit tricky here, but we're going to swap and catch the charge move onto our Shuckle. This will be an elemental punch. It's the fire punch. It takes out the Shuckle, and now we will barely make it to the Draco Meteor with 1 HP and a Dream, and Draco Meteor will take out the Hypno, and we take that game. So that's going to be it for today's video. If you did enjoy it, please make sure you leave a like, leave a comment letting me know, and as well, don't forget to respond to the question of the day if you haven't done so already. And if you want to see more content like this in the future, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications. That way you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. And with that being said, thank you all so much for watching today's video, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.